Beyond Lifetimes, Blood and Fires of the Phoenix. Chapter 12, 13 and 14 episode compilation. Beyond Lifetimes, Blood and Fires of the Phoenix. Chapter 12 Part 2. Irian the Phoenix Heartfire.
I love you, Lyra. There is no limit I would not cross for you. I won't let anyone mock you, nor hurt you.
Sid's voice still echoed in Michael's ears. I love you, Lyra. Not whispered. Not hidden. Spoken plainly, in front of Nathan. Michael's breath caught. He watched Nathan closely, waiting for the tension, the anger, the threat. But Nathan didn't flinch. He didn't stiffen. He didn't step in. He simply stood there, calm, grounded, certain. And that certainty shattered Michael more than jealousy ever could. How can he stand there like that? How can he let someone else love her openly and still look unafraid? Michael felt it then, sharp and humiliating. Nathan knew his place in Lyra's heart. And Michael didn't. Sid's confession wasn't what broke him. Nathan's confidence was. Michael stepped away from the table and pushed open the balcony doors. Cold air hit his face. He gripped the railing, staring out at the dark sea below, chest tight like something inside him was folding in on itself. Why am I still hoping? Why am I still here, pretending I don't care? And then the memory came back. Uninvited. Merciless. The night before. Michael was euphoric. The kiss hadn't left his mind all day, the way Lyra had leaned in, the way she hadn't pulled away, the way her breath had caught like she'd been waiting for it too. He replayed it again and again, every frame burned into him. This is it, he thought. This is the beginning. For the first time in a long while, Michael felt certain. Certain enough to dress carefully, to choose his jacket twice, to run a hand through his hair and smile at his own reflection like a fool. Michael went to the private late-night cinema full of hope. He had kissed Lyra earlier that day, and for the first time, he truly believed she might choose him. He invited Joshi to celebrate, to confirm that the kiss meant something. Then he saw her. Lyra was there. With Nathan. They sat close. Nathan leaned in, spoke softly. Lyra smiled, unguarded. Then Nathan kissed her. Not rushed. Not hidden. Real. Michael stopped walking. Joshi grabbed his arm. Don't. You don't need to see this. Michael didn't argue. He couldn't. He turned away before the moment could carve itself any deeper into him. At a private lounge nearby, under low lights and music that stayed distant, Michael drank too fast. When Joshi tried to stop him, Michael only shook his head and pulled out his phone. Michael showed Joshi the video of his kiss with Lyra.
Tell me the truth, was that kiss nothing? That wasn't accidental. You don't kiss like that if it means nothing. But why was she kissing Nathan like that hours later?
Joshi watched the video once. Then again.
Oh, my Valamont. Michael, you have to know this. Lyra doesn't kiss like that if she feels nothing. If she didn't like you, you'd have been thrown out the window before your lips even touched. Michael, Valamont doesn't work the way you want it to. Women are allowed to love freely there. No restraints, no breaks. They can love deeply. They can love many, and they are never condemned for it.
She kissed me back. She melted in my arms. I know there is more to it. I don't want crumbs. I don't want borrowed moments. I want to be chosen. I want to be her number one, her ombre.
My advice? Ask her. Ask her what the real deal is. Ask her if she feels something for you, if she loves you. She never lies about how she feels. Because I can guarantee you this, that kiss was not nothing.
He only poured another glass and drank. He couldn't ask that question. He was terrified. The first and last time he had ever asked, "Do you love me?" he had been a child. And the answer had come from his own mother. He remembered that day. He had been a boy, too young to understand laws, too young to understand duty, old enough only to feel fear. His mother needed to remarry. Not because she wanted to. Because Valemont demanded a daughter. He found her alone and tried to be brave for her. Tried to comfort her the way children do when they sense a loss they can't name. "Mahia," he whispered, "Mother in Valemont. Do you love me?" Vieira looked at him. She didn't kneel. She didn't lie. "How can I," she said quietly, "when I have to marry again?" His chest tightened. "Simon," she continued, her voice steady, cruel in its honesty. "Your Dahlia, your father, is my Omri, my eternal love." She swallowed. "And I can no longer be with him, because I bore 2 sons. You and Thomas." That moment shattered him, not once, but 1,000 times over. Love, he learned, was conditional. Love had rules. Love could leave. And he had been hollow ever since. That was why he couldn't ask Lyra. Because she was the first person who had ever filled that void in him, the first to make him feel chosen, seen, whole. And if he heard the same answer again, he didn't think he would survive it. Joshi left Michael alone as he needed to take a phone call and order something to eat, for he knows it's gonna be a long night. When suddenly Michael heard someone calling him. It started with a sudden warmth inside him trying to break loose.
Michael.
"Oh great," Michael muttered. "I think I had too much. Now I'm hallucinating." Then it called his name again. This time he asked, "Who are you?"
I am Irian, fragment of Illyrian's fire. Your heart awakened me, not jealousy, not pain, but love. Do not be afraid of loving Lyra. I felt that fear once, and it did not save me. She may love Nathan, but hearts are not prisons. There is still space for you there. When she kissed you, did it feel like a lie? If it didn't, then believe your body and your heart that felt it was real, not your fear. You are already bound to her, Michael, just as I am bound to Mirafreya. Fire chooses before the mind understands.
Michael remembered what Irian told him. And he let out a sigh of relief.
I am your fire, and I live within you. Do not compete with Nathan. He is Illyrian's sacred vessel, and do not desire Lyra to love you alone. Her love is not something to be owned. It is shared among all fires. Yours, Nathan's, Sid's. Because I, Illyrian and Ellis, are one, and Mirafreya loved us all equally. So is her sacred vessel. Lyra is bound to love the same way. Her love is what allows us to exist, and our love, shared, not claimed, is what makes her strong.
The voice of Irian steadied him, gave him courage. "I do not intend to stop loving her," Michael said quietly. "If I am ever given even the smallest place in Lyra's heart, I will guard it with everything I am. I will make sure she is loved, fully, fiercely." His jaw tightened. "And if she ever chooses me, then my love will be the greatest love she will ever know." Michael came home late. He barely made it inside before Paul stopped him. "A package arrived today." No sender. Michael nodded, distracted, tossed it on the bed, and went straight to the shower. Cold water, deep breaths, do not spiral. 5 minutes later, he was back. Still staring at the box. Fine, he muttered. He opened it. A note. Michael. I'm sorry about what happened. I was just startled. If you've truly decided to give me your heart, I promise to take care of it. And since you're assertive and don't take no well, I guess I only have 2 options. Accept your heart. Or accept it and give you mine too. But first, shouldn't we get to know each other properly? Michael stared. Blink. Is this real? He opened the box. Parsley leaf cufflinks. Another note. To remind you I didn't forget the kiss. You're Lyra, the menace. Michael gasped. He literally fell backward onto the bed. She didn't forget, he whispered. She called herself a menace. Then, he jumped up, fists in the air. Yes. Yes. He collapsed again, laughing like an idiot, hand over his heart. Arian's voice stirred softly within him. See? Fire doesn't lie. Michael closed his eyes, smiling like a man already halfway in love. Michael dialed Joshi's number immediately. Joshi picked up. I'm not talking to you, Michael. What? I almost lost my first kiss because of you, Joshi snapped. You know why Lyra called me? Michael froze. She called you? She saw you at the cinema, Joshi continued, voice sharp. I told her the truth, that you were at the bar, drinking yourself into oblivion. She got worried. She came. Michael's chest tightened. And when she arrived? Joshi went on, merciless. You were wasted. Completely gone. I kept telling you I'm not Lyra, but you wouldn't stop trying to kiss me. Michael groaned. Oh no. Good thing Lyra was there, Joshi cut in. She helped me get you home, you bastard. Michael slowly turned his head. Paul stood nearby, suddenly very interested in the wall. Paul, Michael said carefully. Lyra was here? Yes, master, Paul replied calmly. She took care of you. Changed your clothes. Michael's eyes widened. And, Paul added, not unkindly, you vomited on her. But she didn't complain, Paul finished. Not once. Michael dropped back onto the bed, covering his face with both hands. Damn it, he muttered. I don't even know how to face her now. Inside him, Arian's fire stirred, quiet, knowing. She stayed, it seemed to say. Even when you were at your worst. And that terrified Michael more than rejection ever could. Chapter 12 Part 3. The Lost Fire. Lyra went to the archery ground to clear her mind as she normally do as part of her training. The place was quiet, sacred. The kind of silence that steadied her breathing. She lifted her bow, drew, released. The arrow cut clean through the air. Another followed. And another. She felt it before she saw him. Someone else was already there. There stood a man. He has a striking, rugged presence, tall and athletic, with defined arms and a lean, powerful build. His dark, tousled hair frames sharp features, softened by expressive light eyes that give him an intense yet calm gaze. Dressed simply in a sleeveless black zip-up top and dark jeans, he carries a quiet confidence, the kind that feels effortless rather than showy, as if strength and self-assurance come naturally to him. He was shooting too. His arrows didn't just hit the target, they struck with a precision that demanded attention. Each release was controlled, exact, almost detached. Lyra lowered her bow despite herself. "Where did you learn how to shoot arrows like that?" she asked. Then, realizing she might have broken his focus, she added, "Sorry. I didn't mean to distract you." He glanced at her. Just once. Sharp. Guarded. Still, he said nothing. That silence unsettled her more than words would have. Lyra shifted her weight, then decided not to let it end there. To be continued. Lyra met a strange man. Yet his presence felt achingly familiar. Without understanding why, she was drawn to him. Curious. Unsettled. Mirafria felt it too. Who is this man? And why does his fire feel known? We will find out in the next episode. Please like, comment, share, follow and subscribe to inspire me to continue this novel in episode style instead of launching it as a book. Thank you. Beyond Lifetimes. Blood and Fires of the Phoenix. Farius the Lost Shield Fire.
Where did you learn how to shoot arrows like that? Sorry. I didn't mean to distract you. I'm Lyra. You seem new here. What's your name?
He turned to face her properly this time.
I'm a student and an instructor here. I don't just give my name to someone I don't trust.
Lyra blinked, surprised, then amused.
Well, I guess I'll have to earn it.
She didn't push. Instead, she turned and walked toward the sword-fighting ground, letting the moment settle where it belonged. She picked up a blade. Shadow fencing. Controlled strikes. Clean movements. Letting rhythm steady her breathing. Then, steel met steel. He had followed. No warning. No invitation. He simply engaged. Their movements were fast, too fast for practice. Too precise for coincidence. Lyra pressed harder, testing him, forcing him back. He dodged, barely, until he was cornered near the trees. Then it happened. As he twisted out of her strike, a broken branch scraped hard across his back. Before he could recover, Lyra's sword swept in a swift, decisive arc. His weapon flew from his hand. It hit the ground and skidded away. A mistake that should never happen. He froze for half a second, then exhaled slowly.
That was impressive. Where I'm from, that mistake would have killed me.
You matched me! We can be really good sparring partners, don't you think?
He wasn't smiling. Lyra studied him.
Will I see you again here?
I don't really promise anything.
Did someone hurt you? Someone you loved and promised you, but broke it?
I don't believe in love. It almost killed me.
The man turned and walked away, leaving the air heavy behind him. Lyra watched his back disappear between the trees. Well, she muttered under her breath, exhaling slowly. What a strange man. She didn't know why her chest felt tight. I hope I see him again, she thought. It would be a waste, not to get close to someone that talented. That impressive. Mirafria, don't burn him. There was a pause, like the fire was listening. I think I've just found my reason to return. Lyra's gaze hardened, resolve settling in her chest. Next time, he won't walk away without giving me his name. Lyra went to shower, freshen up to get home. Later on the road. She saw him again that afternoon. Walking alone. Lyra slowed her car and stopped beside him. "Get in," she said. "I'll drive you." He hesitated, then opened the door. When they arrived at his cottage, he spoke quietly.
Thanks for the ride, but keep your distance. Right now, I'm deciding whether to make you fall for me or take you into my arms.
Lyra giggled sarcastically. "You are too confident, I must say." As he stepped out, Lyra noticed it. Blood. Smeared across the backrest where he'd been sitting. She caught his wrist. "You're hurt. Why didn't you tell me?" "I'm fine," he said. "You didn't have to." She didn't listen. She insisted. And he let her inside. Inside the cottage, Lyra insisted on checking his back. She lifted his shirt. The scrape was deep, raw, angry red. And beneath it, scars, sword cuts, lash marks. Wounds heal badly, healed often. Her hands trembled. "This isn't from hunting," she said quietly. "You were hunted." "You talk too much," he said. "Just patch it up." She did. Carefully. When she finished, he moved away and sat on the floor at the corner of the room, back against the wall. His sword lay beside him, close enough to reach even in sleep. Lyra watched him. "Is there any place in Valemont?" she asked softly. "That's so unsafe you can't let your sword leave your side?" "Yes." "Where?" "Valkaris." Her breath caught. "You know that place?" "I was exiled there once." "That's hell," she said. "For anyone accused of treason." He nodded. "But no one crosses from Valkaris back to Valemont." Silence stretched. "That only means one thing," he continued. "That I'm innocent." "The barrier consumes Valyrians, monsters, demons," he said calmly. "If I can cross it, then I am none of those." Hope flickered in Lyra's eyes. "Do you know," she asked quietly, "if anyone there knew Roy?" "He was 18, she added quickly. "When he was exiled." His jaw tightened.
Do you know what kind of hell waits in Valkyris? For sure he was devoured by monsters. Eaten alive. And worse, his soul would still feel the pain.
She swallowed. "You seem exhausted," she said softly. "Did you ever sleep?" "Sleep there," he replied, "and you don't wake up." She looked at him then, really looked. "You survived," she said. "You're here now. Valemont is safe." After a pause, she added, gentler, "If you're tired, you can nap. I'll guard your sleep." He scoffed faintly. "You're strange." But he didn't move. Minutes passed. His breathing slowed. His head tilted. Lyra caught it instinctively and guided it onto her lap. He didn't wake. "I'll keep watch," she whispered. Hours later, he stirred. Saw her face. The one he had longed for without knowing why. He rose abruptly and said, "You stayed." "Yes," she answered softly. "How could I leave when you finally slept in peace?" "I told you earlier," he said, voice low. "I was deciding whether to make you fall for me, or take you into my arms." Her breath caught. "And now?" "Now I'm choosing." He kissed her. Hard. Possessive. Familiar. Her body reacted before her mind could protest. The pressure. The claim. The same. Her heart shattered. Roy, she whispered as their lips parted. Something in him snapped. He kissed her again, deeper, instinctive. As if the name unlocked something starving and forgotten. Inside her, Miraphrius stirred. Not in alarm. In recognition. Because his fire is calling to me. Because I feel Farius. My shield fire. The lost fire, longing to bond. Lyra's knees weakened. Why does it feel like I can reach for Roy, through this man? She kissed him back. The way she kissed Roy. Surrendering. Inside him, Farius blazed. Reaching for a name he had buried. Roy. He pulled away sharply. I can't lose my mind now, he whispered. I'm sorry, for giving in to the illusion that you are him. Lyra folded to the floor. She didn't scream. She wept. For Roy. For the man she thought she loved. Not because he was strong, but because he was alone. I wasn't over him, she whispered. I really thought I was. He watched her. Rage burned behind his eyes. Grieve for me, he thought. For abandoning me. For sending me to Valcaris. I'm here to take you down. Valemont with you. Then he saw it. A faint spark behind her ear. The seed of death. Half-formed. Feeding. His blood ran cold. No, he whispered. How? Faradius, is this your doing? He masked his fury. If you're crying for a dead person, he said coldly. Forget it. It's futile. Lyra stood. Even if my tears won't bring him back, she said firmly. I'll still cry. Because only after losing him did I realize I loved him. He looked away. Suit yourself. He picked up his sword. I'm really sorry about this. By the way, if you need someone to guard you while resting, I can help. I'll be waiting, she said quietly. At the archery ground. There's a place there where you can rest. I won't come. Still, she replied. I'll wait. She left. After Lyra left the cottage, he knelt alone. This is all wrong, he whispered. You can't die yet, Lyra. Not until I finish this. What he wanted to scream was simpler. Don't leave me again. Because if you do, I have no reason left to survive. Chapter 13, Part 2. Meet you at 3. The next day he remembered Lyra telling him. I'll be waiting, she said. That I can assure you. So you better show up. He wanted to go, but he never did. He doesn't trust that she would be there. Lyra stood at the archery ground anyway, day after day, the sun shifting slowly while she waited. 3 o'clock exactly. Always 3. At first, she told herself it didn't matter. Then she realized it did. Later, she understood why he never came. He didn't believe she would. He told himself she wouldn't care, not really. That someone like her wouldn't wait for someone like him. That whatever kindness she showed was nothing more than pity. And to him, Pity was worse than cruelty. So when she tried again, when she found him and asked, he only said it flatly, without looking at her. "Stay away." And then he disappeared from her sight again. She found him in the conservatory. Asleep. The place was quiet, glass walls filtering soft light, leaves breathing gently around him. He looked different like this, unguarded, vulnerable in a way she hadn't seen before. Lyra sat beside him carefully. Too carefully. His hand moved before his eyes opened. Steel flashed. A dagger stopped inches from her throat. "It's me," she said quickly, her voice steady despite the chill racing down her spine. "Lyra." His eyes focused. Recognition flickered, then vanished. He stood abruptly and turned away from her. "Don't follow me." She did anyway. "Talk to me," Lyra said, matching his steps. "I want to help you." He kept walking. "If you keep pushing people away, people who want to care, you'll really end up alone," she continued. Sad. "Is that what you want?" He stopped. Slowly, he turned back to her. "I know you're alone," Lyra said softly. "Afraid. And sad. I know you suffered in Valkyris." That name tightened his jaw. "You remind me of someone I lost," she went on, her voice trembling now despite her effort to stay composed. "He was sent there, against my will." His eyes darkened. "I keep hoping he's still alive," she whispered. "Like you." "Don't," he said coldly. She looked at him, confused. "Don't hope he's alive," he repeated. "He's dead." Brutally. His voice sharpened with each word. "For sure he died begging for you to come back. Begging for you to save him." The air left Lyra's lungs. Lyra stopped following him and said, "I know, I failed him and he has the right to hate me if ever he is alive. Like you survived that hell there. The only thing I want now is to help you see that hell you survived made you stronger and now you are standing like a fire that can never be put out. Now can we be friends at least?" The man turned to her and in one swift motion, he raised his bow, the arrow was drawn, aimed directly at her.
So this is what you're doing? Trying to comfort me? Make me believe life is beautiful? What do you know about suffering?
Lyra didn't step back. She saw it then. Not anger. Hate. Raw. Shaking. Barely contained. She reached out and wrapped her hand around the arrowhead. Then, without breaking eye contact, she pressed it against her chest. "Do it," she said quietly. "If killing me will make your pain disappear." His breath hitched. "Because if Roy hates me like this," she continued, tears finally spilling, "then I deserve to die. Avenge him for me." The bow wavered. "Who is Roy?" he asked, his voice lower now, unsteady. Lyra swallowed. "The one I vowed to protect," she said. "The one I loved, without knowing the consequences of not following him beyond the barrier." Her hand trembled against the arrow. "My Roy." Lyra removed her grip on the arrowhead waiting for him to release it. He recoiled and released the arrow into the tree behind her. At the same moment, another arrow flew from the ridge. He saw it, lunged forward, and slammed into her, knocking her off balance. They hit the ground hard, rolling once before he twisted and took the impact on his back. She landed on top of him. He pinned her there with one arm around her waist, the other braced against the ground, just as the arrow struck the earth where she had been standing moments earlier. "I'm glad you're not hurt, Lyra." He smiled. Lyra smiled back. Thank you for saving me. They rose from the ground, brushing off the dust, their eyes lingering on each other a moment longer than necessary. Then he spoke. I don't accept thank yous. His smile deepened. If you really want to thank me, go out with me on a date. She opened her mouth to respond, but he continued calmly, as if the decision were already made. Be prepared. I'll come around when you least expect it. He took a step back, then added, I'll tell you my name after the date. Deal? He paused, his gaze steady. And since you want to close the gap, I won't walk away anymore. I'll walk toward you instead. A faint smirk curved his lips. Oh, and by the way, I don't take no for an answer. Then he turned and walked away. Lyra watched him go, a smile tugging at her lips. She shook her head softly. Okay, Mr. Confident, she murmured to herself. I'll look forward to it. In the next episode, Lyra disappears every day at 3. Nathan searches. Fails. Sid finds her first. Tends her wounds. Brings her home. Nathan and Michael are already there. 3 sacred fire bearers. 1 roof. 1 woman they all love. Lyra. What happens when love doesn't stay quiet? When devotion collides under 1 roof? The seed of death is awake. Another fire stirs. Farius. 3 fires. 1 heart in 1 roof. Will love keep them standing? Or burn the house down? Stay tuned. Like, comment, share. Follow for more and subscribe. Thank you. Beyond Lifetimes, Blood and Fires of the Phoenix. Chapter 14 Part 1. Prince Sidriel of Ironvale. Lyra made sure that every day at 3 p.m. she went to the archery grounds alone. No guards, no attendants. Not even Nathan. She was on a mission. To find the shield firebearer, and to learn what he was doing, and why. Nathan didn't notice at first, not until one afternoon, when he called Lyra wanting to take her out, just the 2 of them. The call went straight to voicemail. He didn't panic. Lyra always called back when she missed him. But she didn't. That night, Lyra came home distant, quiet in a way that worried him. She didn't linger, didn't tease, didn't curl against him like she always did. I'm just tired, she said softly. Already turning toward the bed. I need rest. The next day, it happened again. And the next. Nathan started searching quietly, trying to trace where she might be every day around 3 o'clock. So he called Sid. Sid felt unsettled the moment. Nathan phoned.
Sid, is she with you? Lyra's not answering her phone. It goes straight to voicemail.
Sid didn't ask twice. Without a second thought, he kicked Sidstorm to life. Engine screaming as he sped through every route he knew. Every quiet place Lyra vanished into when her chest began to ache and her mind went far away. And then, he saw her. Lyra came out of the archery ground pressing a handkerchief against her chest. Blood. Sid's whole body went cold. He skidded the bike to a stop, jumped off and crossed the distance in 3 strides. She tried to smile like she always did when she didn't want anyone to panic. It's nothing, I'm okay. Sid didn't listen. He scooped her up like she weighed nothing.
You need to be treated, my queen. Let me tend to it.
Nathan can't see me like this. You know how he is. It was an accident. Nothing serious.
Don't worry, my Lyra. He won't. Don't scare me. I can't bear seeing you hurt. Someone did this to you, and when I find out who, he will pay for it.
The clinic lights were too bright, too clean for the way Lyra's blood looked against the cloth. Sid sat her down carefully, hands steady, eyes not. He was careful to patch her, too afraid to hurt her. Lyra looked up at him with that teasing softness that always undid him. Sid, kiss me. That is if you want this wound to heal this instant. Sid froze. I don't want you to think I'm using that as an excuse to touch you. Sid was flustered. Lyra pouted. Remember when I got injured? She said, eyes bright. Who healed me? Sid's mouth twitched despite himself. And how did you do it? She pushed, leaning closer. Lips slightly parted like a dare, he exhaled, defeated. I can't let Nathan see this, Sid muttered. You know how he panics when I get hurt. I don't want drama, and Lyra looked like a puppy for 1 second, eyes glowing, teasing, unbearably cute. Sid's restraint cracked. Lyra held his face and kissed him, soft at first. Then deeper, like she was anchoring him to the ground. When they parted, Lyra's smile turned wicked. Oh, Sid, that was quick. Sid let out a short laugh, helpless. Hold me until I can feel the ground again, Sid. Sid's hands shook as he held her. You are the only one who can calm me, she breathed.
See, my Sid, your lips has magical powers. The wound is gone.
Sid smiled shyly. He is completely undone by her words. Sid pulled back just enough to breathe, held her shoulders and looked at her and said,
Lyra, I need to go to Valimov for a month.
Lyra blinked, then smiled like she had already calculated the entire universe.
A month in Valimont is just a day. Here in Altheris Island. I can go with you if you want. Besides, I'm heading to Valimont unannounced, in disguise. Now I have a way to get back there without being noticed. I need a place to stay. Will the Prince of Ironvale have me as his guest?
For a moment, Sid forgot to breathe. Sid's brain short-circuited. Oh, my Valimont, she is coming with me. A month with my queen. Oh shit, I can't control my happiness. Sid swallowed hard. Lyra stepped closer.
And I need you to take me there and make them believe you've taken yourself a Rios, a woman who entertains, a royal courtesan. I want the dowager to have a reason, an excuse, to place you on the list of consorts. She won't offer me the best candidates, she never does. She has her own agenda. So we give her something she can't refuse. A consort who is openly fond of a Rios fits perfectly into her plans. It won't be considered treason, because you won't be my only consort. By law, you have the right to take a Rios with you, to endure the nights when I cannot be there. Let them think you're tainted, Sid. The court, and the dowager herself, will bow to you for it. And once they do, you can place yourself directly into the consort selection. Olivia, the dowager, has always played the role of my grandmother. Dutiful, devoted, loyal. But I've seen through her. She has never acted in my best interest, not once. Every kindness is calculated. Every move is meant to weaken me. She is eager to take me down. And this is how we turn her own game against her.
Sid's heart nearly stopped. His voice dropped. He couldn't finish the thought. Am I hearing all this right? He thought. Then he swallowed hard before he spoke.
You want me to be your consort, my queen? But that means there's no way around it. You would have to consummate the marriage, have heirs. Are you sure you wanted it? If it's true, then...
I will be your wife not just in name but in bond. A wife you can hold, one you can stand beside, one you can share Elivian Mirakyra with. A bond that goes beyond a kiss. A bond of marriage, where you and I would surrender ourselves to each other.
Sid swallowed. Heart pounding.
But you only wanted to share that bond, Elivian Mirakyra, with Nathan. That's what you told me. He is your Omre, and I, as the one who holds Elis, the fragment fire of Ilarion, who is in Nathan, are only allowed to bond with you through Miradea, a bond through a kiss.
Sid, oh my Sid, you will understand why. When the time comes, and when that time arrives, even Nathan will beg you to be my husband alongside him. And Michael, because it would save us all.
Sid looked at her, really looked as he himself couldn't believe what he just heard. Lyra wanted him to be her husband. A consort, and that she is fully aware that being her husband mean bonding through marriage. He could hardly breathe, so he didn't answer. He just listened.
When you take me to Valmont, cover my face with a veil, so they'll know you regard me as a special woman, and that you chose a Rios over an empress. Sid, this is a mission, so that you will survive too. I need you, Nathan, and Michael as my consorts. Sid, you told me you love me. Was that a lie? And I'm telling you now, though a clinic is not the right place to say it. But I will say it, not because of the phoenix fire Mirafreya is in me, but because it was I, your Lyra, herself, wanted you to know from the part of my heart where you dwell. I love you too. I have loved you since I took an arrow for you. Do not be confused. I am created this way, to love you, Nathan, and Michael equally. Whatever love I give you, it's what I can give, and I am willing to give.
My queen, you love me too? Can you say that again?
Yes, my Sid. I love you too. I always have.
Hearing the words, "I love you" from Lyra, something inside Sid finally gave way. He lost all restraint. His hand slid to the back of her head, fingers firm and certain as he pulled her into him. He kissed her, deep, unguarded, every feeling he'd been holding back pouring into that one moment. As if stopping was no longer an option. Lyra didn't hesitate. She kissed him back, meeting his urgency with her own, answering him without words. When their lips parted, Lyra looked at Sid.
Now do you believe me, my Sid?
Lyra, I've never doubted you. Not once. I believed in you, because loving you made it impossible not to. And now, knowing you love me too, I don't know how to hold this happiness inside me. You've turned something I only ever dared to dream of into something real. You didn't just choose me. You gave me everything I was hoping for, without even knowing it. I love you with all that I am, Lyra.
Sid kissed Lyra's head with reverence and went home. Lyra held Sid tight as they rode Sidstorm back. The wind stole words but not thoughts. Lyra's head rested against his back quiet, still thinking of the strange man. The familiar presence, the hate in his eyes. If Roy is alive. Does he hate me? Lyra whispered, but even if he hates me, I really hope he is Roy, because at least he is alive.